Hey everybody, this is Lee Grisman, Charles Trainer on the Lee and Him show. How are you doing, Charles?
Doing great. We're going to be doing
Yeah.
How do we pronounce it?
It's La. L-L-L-A. La 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 or la la or la or whatever it is. It's like it's a weird name for an equally out there type of group.
Out there group. This is a Lee Gersman original.
Yeah.
I think.
And yep, and that's why it's kind of out there. And well, like with the Alado Corey and the Frenesy, those I claim I did not write music for those. This one I did. This one has my music in it. So
I kind of guessed that.
Huh?
I kind of guessed it.
Yeah. And so yeah. And so I think that this was a case where me and Suno worked more. Well, Suno was always about, hey, you want to bring some to the table? So finally I brought some to the table. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's their first album.
The debut.
Yeah, I have been sort of working on a second one. It so far hasn't exactly come out the way that I was hoping it would, so it's not yet available. But we've got this right now. And how about, do you want to start? I guess I'll just ask.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. The first song is called Taking a Cow. What do you think of that one?
Killer bass line, dude. Cool piano. And then for some reason, some vocals. I would have kept it instrumental. It's just got a bit of a cluttered feel, and that's okay. Like, leave it that way without some vocals. Would have been absolutely perfect as an instrumental opener, my opinion.
Oh, okay. This is like Ennio Morricone goes bad 80s computer ping pong sound effects with an added soulful element, but both very strange and very catchy. It's a good opening track that doesn't take too long but introduces the listener to a band that will be a bit unusual. Very cool. And then for Bingo Boop. Okay, this totally reminds me of the group Was Not Was, which did the same sort of wacky but classic style soul with words about as zany as this. But La actually beats them in the doesn't make sense category. But somehow the words work in context to the music, and this I would say could be their hit if such a thing applied. What do you think?
More bass going off, some cool keyboards. Got a slight yacht rock vibe here, but with more balls. Killer guitar going on, a bit Latter-day Santana feel, but it works as the feel to it works overall. And I have no idea what he's singing about, but it doesn't matter as the feel to the song works. So I like Bingo Boop.
Right on. Yeah, what do you think of Chastin' Oopsie?
Chastin' Oopsie. This has to be one of the more pure Lee jams due to the piano. And if it isn't, AI is way too smart. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah.
It's very bassy again. And it wants you to get some people twerking here a little bit. Look at Lee. Girls getting their twerk on. It's got a swag to it. The dance floor kids, the keyboard work is insane here.
Right on. I put fun title and fun song. I could imagine hearing them live doing this stuff justice while the audience dances, perhaps a little puzzled by the lyrics, but ultimately not caring and just dancing. This gets thumbs up from me. And now
Right.
for Walking in Artichoke. Okay, this definitely has a 70s soul funk vibe to it. The guitar part in the beginning might be a little bit longer than it needs to be, but when the band kicks in, then the beginning makes more sense. It's either more of a deep track or more of a hit. I'm not sure which one, but it's cool and I dig it. What do you think?
I mean, what is this piano doing? It seems inspired by Primus, along with the bass work. But then a singer comes in sounding like old Peter Cetera, literally. So, you know, it totally redeems itself right there. So I'm a sucker for Cetera. I really am. And hey, fuckers, if you hate Chicago, you hate women. It started off kind of meh, then it totally redeemed itself with them Cetera singing. Hell yeah.
Right on. What do you think of Me, My Puzzle?
This is for sure Lee keyboards. And the bass isn't a slouch. And oh shit, Cetera is back. If only latter day Chicago sounded like this and no flutes. Awesome. One of the better cuts here. David Foster, listen to this, you dork.
Right on. I could even give it to him, maybe. All right. Okay, I thought this sounds like it could have been done by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
It has that old soul funk groove to it, and this is one of the sleeper tracks, I'd say. A great groove, but maybe overlooked because most or all of the songs have great grooves. I like it. And now for Splash. Okay. I could see this as their encore if they played this live, probably without the long drawn out last minute or so, which is interesting and odd. I like how they jam on this, and the guitar playing is great, very cool. What do you think?
That piano and guitar starts out in a Primus world. Then it kicks in with like a right now version of Peter Cetera and Bobby Lamb duet. And it has a feel Chicago should have went for. Killer guitar solo. It lost me at first, but then it gets somewhere. Nice sounds here, like Splash.
Right on. What do you think of Yucca Root Counting?
Another odd opening. Is this a trend? Then some cool guitar, as if to say, fuck that shit. Old Cetera's back again. Well, not really. I guess it's Bobby Lamb. This is what Stones of Sisyphus should have been like, and we reviewed that crap. This is a good song. Yeah, I like it a lot. Killer guitar throughout as well.
Thank you. This is some pretty cool fierce guitar playing, and the singer sounds even more soulful than usual, even though he doesn't seem to sing about anything in particular. That's understandable, but that's part of the charm of this mysterious album. This could be one of my favorite songs on it. Okay, now for Make Mine Dropped. Okay, I thought this sounds like average white band, and they're pretty good at that chill sound. This could perhaps be played on the radio, almost. I could imagine a lot of people liking it. It's the closest thing to a normal song they do. What do you think?
It's got a bit of more of an R&B feel here, so it works for me. Nice bass groove, great complementary guitar work. This is what late 80s music should have sounded like, you know, like not Genesis, like this. It should have sounded like this, not like that late Genesis bullshit.
Yeah.
All right.
Right on. What do you think of Gravel?
Has a more dramatic sound to it. Bass line feels like the Batman theme. Drums are pretty killer. Piano is very prevalent. It's if a genius came up with this. Fantastic track.
Right on. This could be a song during a movie chase scene, even though the running mentioned involves joggers passing by, watching him pick up lemons or something like that. So it's not him running, but he sounds as if he's running. but he's got other concerns like oatmeal being mad at him and walking with a cake. So the words are as out there as every other song of theirs, but musically this is fierce, and a great song with both fast and quieter moments like progressive rock. It's quite good. Okay, now the last song, Tidbit. This is kind of like a more mainstream version of Taking a Cow. It's a deep track, but one of the better tunes. It's a good last song and sounds like one. A great closer on a great and unique album. What do you think?
Well, it opens with some craziness, and I'm thinking, but in no way it stays that way. And it doesn't, which I've noticed throughout the song. Again, this would be a great Chicago track with Cetera if they hadn't lost their nuts. Keyboard work is great. This one was a fun listen, so yay, la 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 la.
Right on. Thank you.
Well, thank you for letting me listen to this on the Lee and whoever show.
Yeah, because on the him show, and you're him, but anyway, yeah, at least I'm giving you credit. Usually I just go Lee and, well, and
Lee
and someone who isn't Lee. But anyway,
yeah.
Yeah,
I got his name now. I'm him. I'm proud to be him.
Right on. Yeah, but anyway.
La, 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 la. You should share that around. And hey, fuckers, share some Lee shit. I'm just not that active on Facebook anymore because you fuckers drive me crazy on there.
Yeah.
So it's easier just to not comment anymore because everything I say is over-evaluated. There you go, Lee. But everybody else, share it.
Right on. Yeah.
Right on.
Even if they say I don't listen to that AI shit, then I'll just say, hey, I'll just give it to them anyway.
Yeah, fuck them. If you know Lee's piano playing, you know that this is not completely AI. And if it was, AI is way too smart. And next thing you know, some of your podcasts will be listenable. So there you go.
Yeah. Right on.
Show with Lee and him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And hey, thank you, Charles, for being on the show.
Thanks me for being him. And thanks for having him on.
Yeah, right
Stay
on.
tuned, folks, for the Archies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What weird shit will we come up with next on that Lee and him show? I don't know.
On the next show, if you're willing to do a next one or one of the next ones that I'm thinking of, I'll call you Lee and Charles for the show.
No, I like him.
Today, I'm going to call you Lee and Charles. So thank you, Lee and Charles. Thank you, Lee and Charles, for being on the show with me.
Thank you, Lee, for having Lee and Charles on. And I don't know, I might pick something wacky like Ace of Base to drive some people crazy. You never know. There was someone because I haven't. So
there was someone who I knew who I liked very, very much, and we were really cool together. And they kept playing Ace of Base over and over again, but I still continued to like them as a person. But yeah.
So that's proof that Swedish people aren't all geniuses in music. Well, to be fair,
I've heard of, huh?
I've never heard a whole album, but.
I've heard each song about as many times on the whole album, as many times as there are songs on the album.
So about the same. Yeah. You mentioned Was Not Was. I only know.
I will put you like this. I will gladly listen to Night Ranger before Ace of Base anytime.
Well, I would too because I love comedy material. But
yeah,
you mentioned Was Not Was. I only know that fucking Walking the Dinosaur song.
Yeah, that's cool.
How about Ringo Starr and the Roundheads?
But but there are some other songs on that album that are really good.
Here's a question. What about the Hudson Brothers?
Huh?
Do you know the Hudson Brothers?
No.
Oh, I know something we don't know. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Kate Hudson's fucking stepdad? And he worked with Ringo Starr later on. You don't know
I
that?
don't even know that.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's why I'm Lee and Charles on the Lee Gershman show. I'm
Yeah.
Lee and Charles. I was him. Now I'm graduated to Lee and Charles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, whenever now I meet people, I'm Lee and Charles.
Yeah.
That's great.
Next episode, I'm just gonna think of something
That's
else.
just
It's not
me,
going to
yeah.
it's not going to last. I'm sorry.
No, it won't. It was nice for the moment.
Yeah.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
Well. It's like how it is when I sip stuff. When I'm done, I say it was nice for the moment, but now it's no longer in my glass. Bartender, give me more before they kick me out.
At least you got Hello Kitty to cuddle with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that Hello Kitty.
I just lay with a Q-tip. Anyway.
Yeah,
That
anyway.
sounds like a song title. Lay with a Q-tip.
Hey,
Eh?
I might be able to do it. And
There
give you
go.
credit if
Thanks
you
for having
want.
me back on the
All
Lee
right.
Gershman show. Lee
Thank
and
you.
Charles saying bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.